What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Road to the Arnold episode 9 now, I believe. I made a mistake in the last video when I made the thumbnail. I think I said it was episode 8 and episode 7 in the thumbnail, but it was actually episode 8. But it's too late now. So, but yeah, today I've got squat, bench, and deadlift primaries. I'm currently 6 weeks and 2 days out from the Arnold. So Arnold Battle of the Regions, that is. So currently on week 2 of the block, so getting a little bit heavier, although coach kind of nerfed me with the ranges this block, so everything's like a little bit lighter than it usually would be this far out from a meet, so, or this close out from a meet, I should say. But I'm actually kind of in talks with him to bump up some of the numbers, at least for squat, because I feel like I need like a little bit more exposure if I'm going to set myself up like decently to hit something at the meet, like relatively heavy, you know. So yeah, but that's pretty much it. Hip is feeling better. It feels better like every day, but I can still feel it kind of there. So we'll see how it feels today. Hoping for it to not throw me off too much today. So yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. So excellent squat session. That was probably the first day in months that I've had without any hip pain. Like it felt like 99%. And I feel like even that 1% was really just my subconscious being like, hey, you know, be careful. Like I didn't feel anything pretty much. Like maybe like that 1%, but it didn't hinder me at all. So was very happy. I was able to hold tension going into the hole, which I haven't been able to do consistently for a while. And I didn't have to take any ibuprofen today, so yeah, very, very happy with that. 560 moved very well, which kind of surprised me. Like I wasn't feeling amazing during warm-ups. Like funny enough, while my hip was irritating me, like the weight has been feeling like weightless on my back. I feel like the hip thing has really been holding me back. But now today, like I feel like the hip thing was gone, and now I just like wasn't feeling like overly strong. But the 560 ended up moving really well, so very happy with that. I actually forgot to record my last warm-up of 529, but I got it on my phone, so I might work that in here. But yeah, very happy with that. I think I have 2 back down sets, so I'm going to knock those out and then going to move on to bench, which I believe I have 319 for 3 singles. Excuse me. So I'll see you for that. very solid bench session. No complaints. Tech is feeling pretty strong. A lot of pop. So this is my third day in a row benching. Last 2 bench days felt like not bad, but today it's really showing up well. So I've been implementing like a new work cue, like just really aggressively depressing my shoulders, and it's feeling good. It's been kind of like hit or miss, like these last 2 bench sessions. Like I was trying to do it, but I feel like today I was able to do it more effectively, and it feels good. So I'm gonna keep doing it. And yeah, 319 is moving very casually. Like bench feels pretty automatic. I feel pretty confident. So gonna knock out. I got 3 more back downs of 275, and then moving on to deadlifts. I'll have just a top single at 555. So yeah, I'll see you for that. Something we've been kind of workshopping with the pull is, number 1, taking the secondaries lighter, being more conservative with the secondaries, because I think I just get, like, I don't need a ton of exposure with deadlifts, and I just kind of get more taxed from going heavier on my secondary or like pushing my secondary. So, and we've kind of known this for a while, but I just haven't been training smart, and I've just been, being hard-headed and being like, nah, I should just push anyways. But so we're being a little bit more tactical about it. What we're going for now is just on the secondary. We're going to aim for about 85% of what I'm projected to hit on the primary. So this past secondary, I only did like 474. It was super easy. And another thing we've been kind of workshopping is just going harder. That's what my coach has been telling me. Just we need a little bit more bar speed. Like I'm just trying to be like overly technical about the pull, I think, and just really taking my time getting into position. And I need to find kind of more of a middle ground between being aggressive and, obviously not sacrificing positioning. So basically just trying to pull harder. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to also throw the belt on just 2 reds because I think it'll help give me a little bit more confidence. I did the same thing with knee sleeves on squat. And I feel like it's kind of like some people will be like, I don't want to, like they won't even put their knee sleeves on until like their last warm up or something, because they want that last warm up to have like a little bit of a boost, right? But kind of I've been leaning more towards the mentality of if you feel good for every single warm-up set, you're going to feel good for your top set. That's just going to build your confidence throughout your warm-ups. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for lately. And I think some people like Austin Perkins, I think he does like full gear on like 1 red or something. So yeah, I don't even do 1 red on deadlifts anymore. I don't know what it is. Like, it's not that it doesn't feel like too light for me. Actually, yes. So it just feels like awkward and disjointed. 1 red just doesn't feel good to do on deadlift. I don't know why. Like squat, 1 red feels good. Deadlift, I just feel like it's not even enough to anchor me into like the correct position. And I just feel like it just kind of flies around as I'm picking it up. So recently, I feel like it's been like a month or 2 since I've been doing this, but I just been starting at 2 reds and it's been feeling much better. So anyways, enough yapping. Let's get to it. Okay, and then last thing, I feel like I'm talking too much now, but for these longer SBD sessions, so I talked about in some earlier videos, I kind of wanted to get rid of the SBD sessions and start trying to stagger the squat and deadlift days. But me and coach communicated. We both agreed like it's not a good idea to switch things up right now. We're 6 weeks out. So something I'm trying instead is I'm just trying to stay more fueled and like throughout these longer SBD sessions, and even like squat and deadlift sessions, they can be pretty long. So I'm wondering if part of the problem is I'm just not fueling well, because like by the time I get to deadlifts, I feel like I'm just gassed, like I'm just like way too tired to keep going. But recently I've been really slacking on making sure I'm getting in enough fuel throughout the session. Like I just have like my pre-workout water, and sometimes I'll have like this intra catalyst supplement from 110%. But actually that's really good, but I feel like it'll also help to get some solid foods in me as well. So I brought a big old pack of Rice Krispie treats with me today. I've had 4 of them so far, so I feel like I'm not hungry. I feel like a little bit more energized, like I'm not dead now. So anyways, but my goal is I just make this last through squat and bench, keeps kind of sipping on it so I stay fueled. And then my goal is to just get this down like completely empty by the time I get to my top set of deadlift, so that I'm still feeling nice and fueled up for deadlifts. I've got enough carbs in. It hasn't been like 4 hours since I've had some food. So yeah, hopefully that helps me feel better. Okay, well, I just talked for like 2 minutes, and I realized I didn't even press record, so I'm saying this all over again. But very solid day. Total was 652 kilos. If you round it up, it's 1,440 pounds. So solid session. Can't complain. Squat is feeling much better. Hip is feeling better. So very happy about that. Squat was definitely the best lift of the day. The 560 moved very well. Bench was second best, I would say. Bench was very solid. And then deadlift was good. I feel like I was very strong. I was a lot stronger than I've been in the past. Especially with 518. Like 518 moved the best for sure. Moved the best it's moved in a long time. So happy with that. The 550 was it moved well, but I feel like my positioning was a little bit off. So that's kind of what I was talking about, is like I just have to find that balance of being aggressive, but also finding the right positioning. And I feel like I kind of didn't execute that well on the top set, but still moved very well. So I'm happy with where the strength is at right now. But I tried something on the last back down set that I think may help. Usually I kind of look at the floor like 10 feet in front of me. Like I pick a spot on the floor 10 feet in front of me, 10 feet in front of me, and just gaze at that spot. But on the last back down set, instead I just looked like straight forward. And it's something my coach told me to try out at some point, but I just didn't execute it that consistently because I feel like I think I was like, it kind of feels meh. But now with being more aggressive and taking less time with the positioning, I feel like that kind of gives me a better sense of where my hips should be. So I'm going to try that out and see how it goes. But yeah, nothing else to say. 6 weeks out, 652 kilo total. So we're looking solid. I'm going to whisper in my coach's ear about kind of bumping up my squat numbers because I feel like I need a little bit more exposure going into the meet. I don't know if I talked about that earlier in the video, but he only has me taking 627. And I feel like in order to set me up to squat something nice in the meet, I need to do at least like 650, 660, depending on what he wants to do. I don't want anything crazy. I would like to at least like chip what I hit at regionals, or maybe even go 5 kilos over. But if he tells me, we're going to take it chill on squat, I'll listen to him. Obviously, he's the coach. So bench and deadlift is it's like whatever. I mean, I feel like I could probably hit whatever on bench and deadlift this block and then load up whatever meet day. But when it comes to squat, I do feel like I need more exposure. Like I need to feel that weight on my back, and I need to go through the movement pattern with that weight on my back. So yeah, but I think that's it. Also today was like the first primary day I was able to do without using straps in a couple weeks since before I went to Las Vegas. So that's also a good solid milestone. So yeah, it's a very, very good day. Things are looking good. So thank you guys for watching. Gonna cut the video here. Please like, subscribe, comment below, and I will see you guys in the next video.